Addiction is a thief. It doesn't just steal material possessions. It robs people of their joy, health, relationships, and dreams. It creeps in quietly, often unnoticed, and once it takes hold, it becomes a master manipulator. Its most insidious trick? Convincing its victims that nothing is wrong. Addiction thrives on self-deception, whispering lies that keep its grip firm and its victim trapped in a cycle of denial. It's a cunning adversary, one that distorts reality and makes the unimaginable seem normal. The truth is, no one wakes up one day and decides to become addicted. No one sets out to lose control of their life or hurt the people they love. But addiction doesn't care about intentions. It feeds on the lies people tell themselves. Lies that justify one more drink, one more hit, one more day of postponing recovery. These lies become a shield, protecting the addiction while slowly eroding the person behind it. If you love someone struggling with addiction, you've likely heard these excuses before. If you're battling addiction yourself, maybe you've whispered them in the mirror, trying to convince yourself that everything is fine. But recognizing these lies for what they are, distortions of reality, is the first step toward freedom. Because behind every painful deception, there's a truth waiting to set someone free. Denial is the first line of defense. Addiction convinces people that they're still in control, even as their life spirals downward. The reality? If you're questioning whether you have a problem, you probably do. Addiction doesn't announce itself with a neon sign. It creeps in quietly, making you believe you're still calling the shots. This lie is a favorite. If quitting were as easy as flipping a switch, addiction wouldn't be a global crisis. True control means being able to stop and stay stopped, not just for a few days, but for good. The fact that you feel the need to say this out loud is a red flag. It's not about how often you use. It's about what happens when you do. Binge drinking or periodic drug use can be just as destructive as daily substance abuse. Addiction isn't measured by the calendar. It's measured by the impact it has on your life and the lives of those around you. Comparison is a trap. Just because someone else is in worse shape doesn't mean you're not in danger. Rock bottom isn't a competition. It's a wake-up call. Waiting for things to get worse before you seek help is a dangerous game. Addiction sells the lie that substances are the only way to handle stress, pain, or trauma. But real coping mechanisms don't leave you broken, isolated, or sick. They heal. They don't destroy. There are healthier ways to deal with life's challenges, and they don't come with a hangover or a come down. Many high-functioning addicts manage careers, families, and responsibilities until they don't. Addiction doesn't announce its presence with job loss. It chips away at everything over time. Just because you're holding it together now doesn't mean you will be tomorrow. The biggest lie addiction tells? That one more time is ever just one more time. It's a cycle, and every time you give in, it tightens its grip. What starts as a casual indulgence can quickly become a life-consuming habit. Addiction convinces people they're masters of disguise. The truth? The people who love you notice. They see the changes. They feel the distance. They worry, even if they don't say it out loud. You may think you're hiding it well, but the people closest to you can often see what you refuse to acknowledge. Cutting back isn't the same as quitting. If you still crave it, if you still prioritize it, if you still can't imagine life without it, it still owns you. Reducing your usage might feel like progress, but it's not the same as breaking free. Addiction erodes trust, alters personality, and damages relationships. It doesn't just change people, it steals them from themselves. The person you were before addiction took hold is still in there, but they're buried under layers of lies and self-deception. The substance doesn't matter. Dependence does. Beer, wine, pills, heroin, it all leads to the same place when addiction is in control. Minimizing the problem by focusing on the type of substance is just another way to avoid facing the truth. People try. They drop hints, stage interventions, and beg you to get help. But addiction makes sure you ignore them. The absence of a dramatic confrontation doesn't mean your addiction isn't real. Sometimes the people who care about you feel powerless to help, but that doesn't mean the problem isn't there. Loving your kids isn't in question. Your ability to be fully present for them is. Addiction pulls you away, even when you don't see it. Your children may not understand what's happening, but they feel the effects of your absence, even if you're physically there. The body and brain don't care why you started. Over time, addiction rewires the brain to need the substance just to function. What started as fun becomes survival. The pleasure you once felt is replaced by a desperate need to feel normal. Why wait? Rock bottom is different for everyone, and some people don't survive long enough to hit theirs. The best time to get help is before things get worse. Waiting for things to fall apart completely is a dangerous gamble. Surrounding yourself with others who justify your habits doesn't make them safe. Real friends won't encourage you to destroy yourself. If your social circle revolves around substance use, it might be time to reevaluate those relationships. Withdrawal can be dangerous, even deadly. Medical supervision isn't about weakness, it's about safety. Trying to detox alone can lead to serious health complications, and it's not a risk worth taking. Later is a lie. Later is another excuse. Later doesn't come for everyone. Procrastination is just one of addiction's most powerful tools, but the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to break free. Recovery isn't about a magic fix. It's about committing to change. Treatment is a tool, but the real work happens when you decide you're done letting addiction win. Rehab can provide the foundation, but the journey to recovery is ongoing. No one is too far gone. No one is too broken. No one is beyond redemption. Help is always available, and recovery is always possible. You just have to reach for it. The belief that you're beyond help is just another lie addiction tells you to keep you trapped. If you see yourself or someone you love in these lies, know this: addiction doesn't have to be the end of the story. The hardest step is admitting the truth, but the most beautiful step is the one that comes next: choosing recovery. There is help, there is hope, and there is life beyond addiction. You don't have to face this alone. Reach out to someone you trust, whether it's a friend, family member, or professional. There are countless resources available, from support groups to treatment centers, designed to help you reclaim your life. Recovery is not a straight path, and it's not always easy, but it's worth it. Every step you take toward healing is a step toward a brighter, healthier future. Share this if you believe someone needs to hear it. You never know whose life it could save. Sometimes the simplest act of reaching out can be the spark that ignites a journey toward recovery. Addiction may be a thief, but it doesn't get to have the final say. You do.